Hey, this is your friendly neighborhood gamer, SpiderEric, and welcome to another episode of Stories of Destinies. The game will explain itself as to what I've chosen, how everything... it will explain for itself. I don't think I need to explain. If it could ever load. Shouldn't take that long to load anyway.
As he set foot on the island, Renato could not help but feel a tinge of guilt. He'd left Lapino behind. He hoped the Mad Rabbit had somehow escaped the ravens. He hoped they hadn't eaten him. If they had, he hoped they hadn't eaten him alive. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Yeah, no kidding. But, yeah, I think I'm supposed to do it. But I chose not to do it. I also watched that back during the what are the controls? Shift, press, hold, grab. I think there's a press parry of sorts. I don't know. Try parrying. I'm gonna try parrying. Where am I supposed to go? Let's go here. No, I guess you're supposed to go down. Oh, that's not down. That's down, but down the stairs, not down into off a cliff. Sorry. Excuse me. These graphics are amazing. The story's pretty amazing as well. Ooh. Supposed to go here. Wait. Goodness. Okay. I was caught there. I should be fine. It's probably gonna be the hardest part.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
Yeah. Wrong sword.
The people who had built this castle, did they even know what monstrous weapon lay hidden within their walls? The Sky Ripper could destroy anything it touched, or so the legend said. As the Transcendent Emperor had fought the Lost Gods, thousands of thousands had died. But Renato had been through wars. The only merciful war was a short one. Renato's blood was up. He just needed to smash something.
Because had low on health. Smash. My blue. It's not enough. Another one. Okay. Another one there. Yay. That's good. Okay.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice. Hewn.
Okay. Oh, I see. Very. Yeah, pressing in.
Bernardo had learned so much. It was time to turn it into something he could use.
Gonna destroy everything that's here. Ooh, okay. Where to next? Where's those going? I don't want to get through every door. See how what goes. Or where it goes. Yeah. So sick. Oh, no. I can't go back. I guess I gotta time things. Does that hurt? What the heck? What? No. Oh.
Shall we just agree to disagree? Said Bernardo. No?
Something with style. Was style points? What the heck? Oh.
Ah, a puzzle. Bernardo loved puzzles. Except when he couldn't figure them out.
Yep.
On the other hand, if there was a puzzle, it was probably meant to keep people away from something good.
Let's see. Actually, I'm confused. How the puzzle's supposed to do it? How? Oh, I gotta find it. So, see how this goes. Oh no, that's...
Open, says me.
Yes. Thought it was what? Thought it was open sesame. I mean, yeah, it says, yeah, it's, but sesame, like sesame seeds, sesame buns. Those type of sesame, not the other sesame.
It was starting to come back to him. Something you never completely forgot, like how to freeze time when attacking. The more he fought, the more he'd probably remember.
Yeah, let's see what else is. Anyway. Let's see what else is. If there is anything else. I'm pretty sure there is something else. Anything else here? Yeah, we're gonna go back to the puzzle and see if there's anything else could have missed. Like another pathway, so it's probably should hopefully be another pathway.
When I build my castle, thought Renato, all my gates are going to open with buttons, and all the levers will drop rocks at your head.
Why? There's only one combination. Ooh, yay, back full circle. Okay. Yes. Yeah. And then 1,600 cutters. I remember that was the wires.
There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him. It was a no-brainer. He'd sacrificed his old friend Lapino to get the armature. And the armature was useless by itself, only a series of coils and wheels. War demanded sacrifices, and he would make more before the end. He would have to choose the greatest good, no matter how much it cost him. Zenobia. Well, he would see her sooner or later, across a battlefield or a sword's point before all this was over. He was sure of that. The power was in the core. Obviously, he had to get the core.
Let's go, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna read some more.
Doubt sunk in before he was even out of sight of the Farfarer. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? It was the sort of path he'd always avoided. The path of responsibility, of seriousness. Had he grown up? He didn't feel grown up. He'd made this decision from his gut, like he always did. Somehow, he'd impulsively decided to stop being impulsive. Did that make any sense?
No, no it didn't. No way on earth was that it made sense. Also, I couldn't really find where the thing was. Because there are other swords, but you know, I just don't remember how to make them. I might find them later. So where do I go? Is that one?
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
That knows me. Also, fermenting. Somewhere we're talking about fermenting. I remembered we were doing something at church.
Where did that go to? There were fewer and fewer trees. There were only these huge crystalline growths. Had those been here before? He no longer heard birds except for the feverish cawing of the ravens when they attacked. He couldn't smell the small animals of the forest, the mice and rabbits. Where had they gone? And he was getting hungry too. This was an unhealthy place to be.
I mean, I'm just eating right now. Little chocolates. Bites. I don't know how long the story is. How long the game is. Now I'm surviving at 18 health. And someone going to die. I hope they did. Just expensive. Okay, so that's how.
Renato was dead tired. He was just dead.
Okay, this is a great guy to narrate. 50? I'm only at 50. What the heck? Hey.
Oh, should have faked left and then gone left, he thought. And then, he never thought again.
Yeah, because you're dead. You're dead. You're dead, that's why. Can't think no more. Sorry. How many guys are there? While fighting. Sound good. You sound good. I had an amazing style. What are you doing?
The 20-sided core made him feel physically sick. Once he had sneaked into a temple of the dark art, and he hadn't liked what he smelt and saw there. This felt like that. As quick as he could, he wrangled the icosahedron into the armature. The wheels began to spin, then glow. The sick feeling quickly spun away. Now he only felt sad. He had lost good friends for this war apparatus. He carried his prize back to the Farfarer. Now, he had to make his next move. There was a key Imperial outpost on the Nexus. If this really was some sort of super weapon, he could use it to wreak havoc on the enemy. And if it wasn't, well, better to know that before the final battle. But maybe he should show it to some scientists first. There was an observatory on the Nexus. Maybe he should go there before he fired it.
Maybe.
Well, of course. If you've just assembled a weapon out of legend that can exile gods from the world, you'd want to have a scientist or two look at it.
Yeah.
And even if they disagreed and he had time, he could ask Calaveras himself. Yes, the observatory would be his objective.
So, before this thing starts, I guess I might have to end it sometime around here. Yeah, I'm sadly ended.
Why had the parts of the Sky Ripper only surfaced now? Thousands of years after the Transcendent Emperor had dismantled it.
I don't know.
The mad Emperor Isengrim had performed terrible, bloodthirsty rituals to invoke the lost gods. Was that why these ancient artifacts were rising out of the ground?
Probably.
How perfect, then, that the Sky Ripper would reappear to be his destruction.
Sadly, I'm going to have to leave this video here. It's pretty good. The game's really good. But I sadly gotta stop here because that's all the time I have for now. I'm so tired. But yeah, it's been pretty great, so thank everyone so much for watching. Pretty good, pretty amazing. Can't wait to do a little bit more of this, see how the story goes. So thank you once so much for watching. Please go subscribe, give a like down below. So thank you once so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you later. Bye.